أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Counsel, Assistant Counsel, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning once again to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Without further ado, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair for our next item on our today's agenda. Madam Chair, over to you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'll call on Honorable Silla to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Jaina to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر حاسد إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق الناس الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. O God, our Father, our chief cornerstone, we give you honor, glory, and praise for yet another awesome privilege to be alive. As we go forth in your name, take your right place in our lives. Be thou our vision, wisdom, battle shield, and guide. Order our steps in your word. Let no evil prevail over us. Build a hedge of protection around us. May your heavenly blessings that make it rich and adds no sorrow, descend on us today. Through Christ our Lord, we pray with praise and thanksgiving. Amen.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Morning. Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, I want to remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, over to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sanneh.
Good morning, Ma. Good morning,
Yes,
Council.
you're welcome. Council, we may proceed.
Yes, welcome back to Sanneh.
Thank you.
This COVID fund, the COVID-19 fund, you were signatory to the account?
Yes.
Right. How many of you?
I remember it was 3, if my memory serves me right.
The CEO?
The CEO, myself, and the then finance director.
Was that by GB?
Yes.
Salah. And why were you a signatory to the account? Do you know?
Yes, I know. The COVID fund was not mainly council-generated revenue. Okay. And in fact...
Please proceed.
Yeah, in fact, the account that I'm a signatory to is a task force, kind of, that was established by myself to mobilize funds for COVID support to people in my area. So it wasn't a general account meant for the council. It was a task force account.
What does that mean when you say it's not a general?
It's not an account under the Mansakonko Area Council. It was a COVID task force account.
I want you to help us understand the distinction.
Okay, let me explain. With the advent of COVID, my office, myself in particular, initiated that we will need to have a task force that will work on mobilizing resources to support our people in the area.
Right.
And that is aside from the revenue that is generated by the council.
Okay.
So it wasn't any core funding or resources that is coming from revenues meant for the council. And that task force, after it was established, was even co-chaired by individuals not even working in the council. Somebody in the diaspora and one person in the Gambia who were not even staff of the council. So the rationale of me and my CEO and the finance director then was to have us in because we were closer, and we were supposed to be the beneficiaries of the resources that will be mobilized. So that was the reason why we were there. And me in particular being there was because I initiated the task force and I initiated the entire initiative. So therefore, I decided to accept to be part of the signatories so that I'll be able to monitor the dispensation of the resources that is being mobilized. So that is it.
So I don't understand. Okay, let's start with the beginning. That is the establishment of the task force. How was it established? How was it formed?
Well, let me say, I was the initiator. I thought of it, and I shared the idea with my team. That is the CEO and my administration.
Who are members of council?
Initially, no.
No, these two are.
Yes, these two, yes, yes. Okay. So we decided to contact some people, mainly from LRR, and this is a cross-section, some in the diaspora, some in the Gambia, who we thought could contribute to the process. And when we established the committee, we left it to the committee to select its own chairperson. Of course, 2 chairpersons, one in the diaspora and one in the Gambia.
Right.
Yeah, who are also natives of LRR. So this was mainly an LRR initiative. So that was it.
Now, is this a private initiative? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I won't say it's purely
No, it's either it is council's initiative or it's private initiative.
If it is so, then I will call it a private initiative because it's not something that was placed and approved by council.
Not if it is so, we have to be sure. You said it's approved by council.
No, what I'm saying is it's not something that is initiated by the General Council and approved by the General Council to do. It was initiated by me, placed before the CEO, and then the composition of the committee was decided at our level, and then we established the composition, and the leadership was selected by the committee. So it was not a purely council decision or...
Not purely. It's either it is one or it is not.
No, I decided to say so because me being part of it, you cannot exempt totally the council being, I represent the council.
So as far as you're concerned, it's part council's initiative and part private initiative?
Yeah, that's my understanding about it.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I believe.
Okay, so if the council has 1% interest in it, then it is classified as council's funds. That's what the law says. So
Okay.
if even 1%, you understand that? For instance, you have your counterpart donor funding projects. See where a non-council institution brings in 10%, 20%, 30% contribution towards an initiative or a project. I'm using the words interchangeably. And you come up with the remaining percentage, correct? You have that with GAM works sometimes and with other institutions as well, correct?
Yes.
Good.
But that's different from this.
No, we are talking about where you have two sets of people or institutions that are coming up to. You said it's a partly council's initiative and partly private initiative.
No, I didn't say so.
No,
I said
yes.
I initiated the committee,
Right.
the task force.
Right.
So, but we can't exempt the council entirely because I belong to the council.
And then I asked the question, are you now referring to it as partly council's initiative and partly private initiative? And you said yes.
Yes, you asked me whether it's private or council. I said it's private, but because I am involved, council cannot be exempted out of it.
So if council can't be exempted...
And that doesn't mean council revenue was even, like you say, in counterpart involvement. And you brought in...
the donations that were given, were they given to you in your private capacity or in your capacity as chairman?
They were sent to the committee account.
Yes.
Yes.
And you were only able to do that by virtue of you being the chairman?
No, by virtue of the committee that was established.
No.
Because they were not sending it to me privately.
No. They are not sending it to you privately.
Yes.
Because they are sending it to you because it's a Mansa Congo Area Council initiative.
Very good.
Yes.
Yes.
And I repeat that.
I agree with that.
It's a Mansa Congo Area Council initiative.
Yeah.
So you represent the area council. Whether you do things individually without following due process, you are still acting on and behalf of the area council.
Very well.
Right? Where the CEO is only involved because he is the CEO of the area council.
Yeah.
Was that PASET?
Yeah, it was PASET.
You will not involve PASET now because PASET is with KMC.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
So when you have any form of initiative, you cannot call PASET. You will not call PASET because it has to do, you are having an interest that is in relation to your people. He has an interest that is in relation to KMC. Bajibi Salah was involved because he is the director of finance. Correct? Correct? We agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
That makes it a council initiative. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yep.
The idea can come from you beautifully. Mm-hmm. It can be an original idea that you have. Mm-hmm. You may perhaps not follow due process by... So let me not even say due process. You may not perhaps put it forward to council because you may think that it may either stall your the progress of your intention and so on and so forth. That is a debate for another day, right? But the idea is that if you were not the chairman, then you would have done it 100% private. You don't have involved the people in council, those who are appointed to do this. So if you visit the act, the Finance and Audit Act, Local Government Finance and Audit Act 2004, it tells you what the revenues of council are. I'm not sure whether you're familiar with that. Are you? Are you familiar with that? The Finance and Audit Act, where it says revenue and funds of council. You're not?
No.
That's okay. It says, section 4.1, that the revenue and funds of council include all sums of money or funds accruing to a council without prejudice to the generality of subsection 1. The revenue and funds of council consist of the following: money derived from rates imposed by the council under or pursuant to the provisions of this act. B, local taxes. C, monies payable to a council under the provisions of any other enactment. D, monies derived from licenses, permits, dues, charges, fees, or royalties. E, receipts derived from any public utility, concern, or any service or undertaking belonging to or maintained by a council, either in whole or in part. F, you have rents derived from the letting or leasing of any building or land belonging to a council. And G, where you fall in this capacity, in this instance, is project funds, donations, and grants, other than from general revenue. So it doesn't have to be from the general revenue. It's other than from the general revenue. So where you have funds, project funds, where you have donations of any kind, and grants of any kind, these are termed as revenue, going by the Local Government Finance and Audit Act. Are we on the same page?
Yes, I understand. What I'm saying is,
Right.
these were not donations coming to the council, as the case may be. These were donations coming to the task force.
No, let's not argue over this. You have a task force because you have an institution. Task force are creatures of institutions. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
You and I know this. You are educated. Task force cannot be created by private people. That would be the wrong nomenclature. You can have your own corporate body. You can have a non-profitable organization and all that. But you can have a task force in this sense. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yes. And Mr. Sanneh, I haven't said you have done anything wrong yet. But my point is, you only acted because you were the chairman.
Yeah.
That's correct. Correct? And because you were the chairman, your actions are official. Whether it's correct or not, you were, anybody dealing with you, the Israeli embassy, they gave you donations, correct?
Yes.
How much?
I do not remember but it was like 7,000, around 7,000 CFA.
Yes.
Yeah.
CFA, yes.
Yeah.
Because of the position you hold.
Yeah.
The people involved, the CEO of Masakoke Area Council, the finance director of Masakoke Area Council, and the chairman of Masakoke Area Council. These are the people that speak for and on behalf of council. These are the people that can tie the council down to any liability. Is that not the case? You have the three most powerful people in council.
Yeah, I agree. I agree entirely because of our involvement. That's why I said, we cannot exclude the council entirely out of this whole stuff. But what I want to also make very clear is
go ahead.
The funds that were generated, as the case may be, was generated entirely by the task force that was not answerable directly to the council.
No, that is wrong.
Yeah,
see,
you understand.
If you do if you do that, let me assist you. If that is your argument, that would have been an abuse of office. It would have been an abuse of your powers as chairman. It would have been an abuse of the powers of the CEO. It would have been an abuse of the powers of the finance director. I don't think you want to make that argument. Maybe you need to have a legal advice on this. You don't want to make that argument because you would have abused your office. To use your office and the office of the finance director and the CEO to generate funds that are not for the benefit of council.
No. Council, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Help us understand.
Yes, what I am saying is the task force was initiated by me in my council.
Yes,
And the
in
task
your
force,
capacity as?
Yes, as chairman.
That's it.
And the task force was given the authority or the task to mobilize resources meant to support COVID, provide COVID support to the people of the Mansakonko local government area.
Right.
So the funds that were generated do not actually come from council coffers. One. Two.
The funds you generate from the taxpayer, does it come from council coffers?
No.
The funds you have coming in every day in the accounts of council, are they coming from council's coffers? The answer is no. They're coming from people. When you get your rates, they're not coming from your coffers. They're coming from Mr. X, Mr. Y, Mr. Z, the old women in the market, in the lumos. They are not your money as they have been transferred. They become your money once it is in your account, and we deem it being there lawfully. It becomes your money at that point in time. So council doesn't have a dalasi. You take dalasi from people. And by taking dalasi from people, these are the ways and means as to how you get money in, because you don't do business. You don't have a huge, you're not like a huge company. You tax people. Is that not the case? Let's use the word tax for rates and license. You tax people, correct? They pay, you have money. They pay, you have money. As a private individual, you don't have that luxury. Can you go around taxing people?
No.
You can't do that. If that could have been done, you would all have been rich maybe, or would all have been poor because we'll be fighting in the streets. You understand that?
Yeah.
But the government can do that. And you are a government. That's what you can do. You can tell people that through the law, you have to pay X, you have to pay Y, you have to pay Z, and they pay it.
I agree. Maybe I am not able to convince you, but communicate. But what I am trying to tell you, this is not tax. This is donation that is being mobilized by an outside structure.
I am telling you
Okay.
that
So
structure.
this is what I'm telling you. So it's not tax at all.
No. See, again, I don't have to read the act again. It doesn't have to be tax. The monies that you receive, if UNDP gave you $5 million, it's not their money. Once it is given, it becomes your money. If central government gives you, unless it's a conditional grant, they give you $5 million, it's your money. You get the point? The moment the money falls in your account, it becomes your money. The law is trying to tell you, no matter how it comes, as long as it comes within these forms, it is considered as your revenue. You know, you understand revenue generally by, we all do, by monies that you earn through tax or so on and so forth. This is telling you, even donations are revenue.
To the council.
Yes.
I agree.
That's it. So now, you did not form a task force because you are Mr. Sanneh, a private individual. You formed a task force because you have a mandate. The people elected you in an lawfully, democratically, lawfully elected process, election process. You were elected. And so your actions are by virtue of the hat you wear as a chairman.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you could have taken another person and give the person the role of a CEO in your committee, appoint someone else as the accountant in your committee, and do it. But you didn't do that. You took people from council, and this is council's initiative. So we don't separate what we do in office for council to be our own individual initiative, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Now, you and I agree it's council's initiative.
Yeah, I agree. I said that from the beginning.
Good.
I agree.
And so we now want to know, because altogether you guys had a lot of money in this account, and so the Israeli fund or the donation that you received, now you transferred some part of the money to the council's main account, correct? Mm-hmm. Do you recall this? $1 million does a transfer from the COVID account to council's account, correct?
You mean we transferred money from the...
On the 13th of June 2022, 1 million was transferred from the COVID account to council's account.
Yes.
Do you recall this? You can't recall this?
I can't recall that.
Okay, we can always give you time
Yeah.
to come back with some of this information.
Yeah.
You also had a contract with Nemasu. You know Nemasu? You remember Nemasu?
Yes.
Yeah. When you purchased some of this, I think it was rice and oil, you recall that?
Yes.
About $1,143,500 was paid to Nemasu.
Yes.
Do you recall how Nemasu got this contract?
No, I may not recall that. That is a function reserved for the contracts committee, even though I am informed of what the outcome may be or what comes after. I do not participate in that.
Okay. I trust that. And you don't know Nemasu at all?
I know Nemasu.
Before this, or?
Before, yeah, I know Nemasu before. It's a business that is existing in Soma.
In Soma?
Yes.
But you did not contact them in this?
No.
Okay. Now, Nemasu apparently were overpaid. And so, we will want you to give us all the payments. Well, let me just show you exhibit LGC AD /MKAC/001. You will see the invoices and receipts that were sent by Nemasu and payments done. So for the rice and the oil in some cases that were and the bags of sugar that were supplied by Nemasu to council, were you aware?
Yes.
Were you present when it was supplied?
No.
Okay. Do you know whether they supplied exactly what was ordered?
Yeah, I suppose they supplied what was ordered because...
But you're not sure?
I didn't confirm because I wasn't there, but the information that reached me was it was done accordingly.
Okay. So were the payments made to Nemasu?
Yes.
Were they made by you? Did you sign these checks, or were they made by the CEO and the finance director?
I cannot remember signing any check for any payment as far as that account is concerned. Yes, I think I was just there ceremonially to monitor what was going on, but I do not participate in signing checks.
In signing checks. Again, I trust that, Mr. Sanneh, there is no evidence to the contrary. Now, would you be able to help us to provide us with all the payments that were made to Nemasu and what was supplied as per the contracts committee?
Yeah, I think this was sent to you earlier on.
Yes. Now, on your part now, as a signatory to the account, you understand that?
Yes.
Because what we have, for instance, let me just show you. We have on the 29th of April 2020, an invoice sent to Mansakonko Area Council by Nemasu Enterprise for 655 bags of rice, 25 kg, for $650 unit price. You understand that? And the amount is $425,000, $425,750. We also have a receipt given for that amount on the 29th of April 2020. We also have another invoice from Nemasu on the 11th of August 2020 for 400 bags of 25 kilograms of rice, 400 of 10 liters of oil, 100 bags of 50 kilograms of sugar. And the amount is $601,500. Now, Nemasu, there was a check of $400,000 on the 11th of August 2020 that was issued to them as well. So when the payments, when we look at the account, if it is calculated, we did it with Mr. Al Mahmoud, and we realized that he was overpaid, even going by the account. But as the chairman, we want you to come up with the exact payment as far as you're concerned regarding how much was paid to Mr. Diba in this transaction and what was supplied.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I will work on that. I will consult with my team to get the information.
Okay.
If anything, Council, I just wanted to.
Note it so that you will not forget.
Yeah, I've already noted it.
Noted, okay.
Yes. If I would be permitted, with regards to this issue, particularly linking to Nemasu,
Right.
And the evidences that were given here,
Right.
I want to draw attention to the evidence given by Mr. Sanyang
Right.
from the GPPA. Yes, Council, from the evidence that was given by Mr. Sanyang,
Right.
I had to call an emergency meeting with my team, mainly the admin cadre,
Right.
and in particular the procurement unit.
Right.
And the information given here was totally debunked by my team.
Right.
That the cost of a bag of rice, as given by Mr. Sanyang,
Right.
is totally do not represent what really happened.
Right.
And that receipts were there very clearly to indicate that that information is wrong.
Okay.
So I take it as a responsibility on me at this juncture
Right.
to reflect on that. And because of that, I wrote an official letter from my office to the GPPA
Right.
to indicate our dismay about misrepresentation of the reality
Right.
at the commission by one of their agents.
Right.
And since then, the GPPA never even sent a reply back to
Right.
clear the air, because we never wanted to engage with them on, push and pull online or so, because it was too much on social media as to what price Masakonko Area Council bought a bag of rice with.
Right.
And we wrote to them to reconcile with us on the realities, but there was no reply from their end. And at this juncture, as the head of the institution,
Right.
I am obliged to come to this council to
Right.
debunk it as well.
Right.
To mention to this council that the information was totally wrong and
Okay.
incorrect. And I have confirmed with my procurement department
Right.
that the correct receipts were given to GPPA.
Okay.
And to qualify that, I would say, if the GPPA thought, something is necessary, then as partners, they would have got back to us so that we reconcile on what actually happened, but they never did. So I maintain the information that my procurement unit has correct information and GPPA misinformed this commission
Now,
through Mr. Sanyang.
okay. Now, that's good. That's good. We have interviewed Mr. Diba as well. Do you follow?
Yes, yes.
And we have the receipts here. And we have, I had just read to you, Exhibit LG says AD, that's Masakonko, MA 004. That going by the invoice, it says 400 bags of 25 kilograms of rice. The unit price is $560. 400, 10 liters of oil, $600 is unit price. 100 bags of 50 kilograms of sugar, 1,375 unit price. Right? Let me give you this back. We have this receipt. My issue here is there appears to be an overpayment, which will still be on the way high side with respect to what is stated in the unit price for these bags. But you can confirm that. That's why everybody's given an opportunity. I said you can come back with your own evidence as to how much was paid. There were bank transfers, and we can do the math. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, no, just please hold it.
Okay.
Now, these are the receipts from Mr. Diba, the supplier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can give us the invoices, one at a time. The first invoice. You want to read it?
Yeah. The first invoice will be 601,500.
Dollars. Now,
Yes.
let's take the itemized goods so that we would have the correct one. And then in the event you disagree with any amount, you can also tell us the
Yeah.
date.
400 quantity, 400 bags of 25 kilos at
Yes.
560. $224,000. 400 bags of 10 liters of oil at $600. $240,000. Then 100 bags of 50 kilo rice, sugar at 1,375,000.
1 million.
1,375,000 per bag.
Yes.
Then $137,500.
All right. And
Yes.
the total is?
And the total is $601,500.
What was the date of the invoice?
On the 11th, August 2000, it's not clear, but I assume it should be 20.
2020.
Yeah.
This is what was supplied,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was another supply.
Yeah.
There was another supply.
Yes.
Tell us.
And that is 655 bags of 25 kilos of rice
Right.
at 650.
Right.
425,750. Altogether, it will be 1,625,700.
1 million.
No, sorry, 425,700.
Okay.
Yeah, 425,700 as the total.
No, you don't have it right. 400. Okay. If you add that with the first one,
You mean the first one?
yes.
Yeah, the first one is 601,500. You want me to add it to the second one?
Yes.
And that will be plus 425,700.
That's how much?
Altogether will be 1 million. Sorry, let me add it.
This.
$425,750 plus 601,500. That will be
27,000.
1,27,250.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the first invoice you read.
Yeah.
Regarding the 400 bags of oil and rice and the sugar. How much do you have total for the 400 bags of rice?
224,000.
Okay, the second one, the oil?
That will be oil, 400 gallons.
200
liters, 240,000.
14.
240,000.
40.
40, 40.
40.
Yep.
Okay. And the third?
The third will be 100 bags of 50 kilo sugar,
Okay.
137,500.
What's the total?
Total will be 601,500.
Okay. Now, look at how much was paid to Nemaso. The attachment is there, the bank attachment is there. You see payments made for this transaction.
Okay, 425,700.
No, the bank, this thing. The statement of account.
Oh. My challenge will be it's too small for me to read. Yeah, the bank statements.
Okay, I can read it for you, and you can always verify that if you can't read it. Let me just read it for you.
Okay. That's a page.
You want me to read it for you? I have my glasses on.
Yes.
You can take the figures down as I read them. And you can have access to the exhibit as well afterwards.
Yeah.
To verify the.
Okay.
Yes. Let me have it, please.
Okay.
Now, on the 27th of January 2020, Nemasu was paid $35,600, right?
How much, sorry?
$35,600. Please write that down so that you do the math after.
Okay.
On the 28th of April 2020, they were given $200,000.
Yeah.
On the 28th of April 2020, just hold on. Sorry, the 2nd of May 2020, $307,000. The 19th of May 2020, $35,000. 12th of August 2020, $400,000. 24th of August 2020, $201,500. Do you get that?
Yes.
Do you want to add it?
Yes, I.
Please do.
$679,100.
No. All together.
Sorry,
35,600, $200,000 is payment, $307,000 is
Yeah, sorry.
35,000, another 400,000, another 201,500.
6, 9, 11, sorry.
That's fine.
It's supposed to be 1,179,100.
1 million?
1,179,100.
Okay. Something around that figure.
Yep.
This is different from the $1,027,200 that you have calculated that was contracted to Nemaso, correct?
Yes.
So going by our calculation, you and I, looking at the invoice and the money paid to the account of Almamo, of Nemaso, we have a substantial difference. You agree?
Yeah.
Or you want to say something?
No, I just want to confirm the figure there. 1,270?
The first figure.
The total of what is receipted there, or the invoice there.
Here.
Yes.
Can I give it to you back?
Yes, you can, please. Okay. The 601,500 plus the 400 and something thousand is supposed to be 1 million.
1,027,200.
27,200.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So that against what we calculated earlier, there will be difference, of course.
Right.
Yes.
Right. There's a huge difference.
Yes.
Right? Which means going by the invoices alone, Nemos was paid far more than they supplied, correct?
Yeah.
That's one. That's one theory. Going by the invoices. Invoices are not evidence of supply, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Now, when Mr. Deba testified, if I can recall vividly well, he said the first invoice was upgraded. The one you have for the 29th of April 2020, with the amount of $425,750, if I get him right, he said this was upgraded to the invoice of the 11th of August 2020, which gives a figure of $601,500. All right? Now, a receipt of payment by Masakonko was issued on the same day, 29th of April 2020. If I get Mr. Deba right as well, the evidence is there, is that this was only given because the area council asked for it, but there was no supply for the first invoice. I think you have heard about this evidence. Mm-hmm. So which means, going by his testimony, we only have one invoice, that is the invoice of the $601,500. Yep. Right? Yep. Because initially they wanted 655 bags of rice, but then they wanted they now had to renegotiate that for the supply of 400 bags of 25 kilograms of rice, 400 of 10 liters of oil, and 100 bags of 50 kilograms of sugar, the amount of which is $601,500. And then a check was issued. Check was issued for an amount of $400,000 on the 11th of August 2020. We see that attached here. But now the other subsequent payments, we don't know what it is for. You know what Almamo said? Mm-hmm. I might have supplied some things, but I forgot. Mm-hmm. Do you follow?
Yes.
Mr. Deba said, I might have supplied some things, but I forgot. No evidence of supply of other things. Yeah. So which means if the second invoice is an upgrade of the first invoice, it means what was supplied was far more less than the 1,027,000. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Far more less. Mm-hmm. Which means still there is a substantial amount of payment that was done way above the original agreement. So instead of only having close to $100,000, so more than $100,000 is extra payment, we may have more than $300,000 to $400,000 is extra payment, or even close to $1 million. So we want you guys to tell us how much he was contracted for to supply what and what was actually supplied. Be it as it may, going by the biggest number, we still have a difference of, what is the difference? Let's have the exact figure.
Here I have 152,000.
Difference.
Difference,
So
yes.
we still have
dollars.
$152,000 is difference.
Yeah.
Going by both invoices.
Going by what is currently being
in the invoice
provided, yes.
Yes. That is, if invoice 1 was supplied, invoice 2 was supplied, still you have $152,000 payment more than the amount.
Sure.
Now I am saying invoice 1 was not supplied because Mr. Diba said that invoice 1 was changed and there is invoice 2 which was supplied. So which means instead of having $1,027,200 as what was really supplied, you have $601,500 that was supplied. So if you add that to $150,000, it means you are adding something close to, or if not close to $400,000 on top of the $152,000. So you see the issue.
Yeah.
So the problem is not. You are right when you said that GPA made a mistake. I believe that the figures might have been how it is written, but we still have a substantial amount of money that was paid to Mr. Diba that is far more than what was supplied. Is that a fact?
Yeah, we found it very difficult because when the issue came up, we had to call a meeting as well.
Right.
We found it very difficult to establish what caused this discrepancy or these differences. Almamo was invited and the team was at hand to look critically at what happened. But it's like, it was still like, we do not remember. You know, I mean, I was not in the center
Picture
of the whole stuff. But out of concern because of the commission,
yes,
when I called the meeting, it's like the actors still couldn't connect the differences and what caused them. And wherein that happened, the differences in terms of the amount that is being paid and the
yes,
product that is supplied still remain a discussion that we were finding very difficult to come to a conclusion on. And that is still the stalemate.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you. And again, Mr. Sanneh, from all indications, you were not part of this.
Yeah.
From all indications, you were not part of this, unless there are new evidences that may come up that may either suggest or implicate you, which we don't have to worry, we will tell you, right? But from all indications, you were not part of this, and no witness yet to mention, which I can't remember. But the point is, do you think it's normal to have a situation wherein both your people cannot remember and Mr. Diba cannot remember? Do you think that's normal?
It's not normal, it's not usual.
Right.
And it will be a very big lapse.
Exactly.
To be frank. So we, you know, from consultations with my former CEO and all the actors, you know, nobody can substantially provide information, including the supplier.
Right.
Almamo.
Right.
So we are finding it difficult to establish what really actually.
But what do you think now? Now, as a chairman, you're faced with this. You know this is supposed to be a simple thing. You know there is no room for error to pay Mr. Diba more than he supplied. You know this.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes.
Now, if I say, without them giving us an explanation, this is fraud, can you rule fraud out?
I will not rule it out unless it's established that it is not.
Yes.
Yes, unless it is established that it is not.
Yes.
But for the meantime, what I want to also refer to is the fact of the redoing of the invoice initially.
Right.
There is a possibility for that because when we discussed, that was you know, an issue that was submitted.
Right.
That actually the first invoice was, you know, cancelled for another one.
Yes.
And that I agree based on the information that I got from my team.
Exactly.
That yes, there were changes from the first invoice to another one. So, but even there, from there, then whatever had happened next was still something
even
that
there,
we
even there, it only tells you that in fact, what was supposed to be paid could not have been 1 million plus because the original invoice was paid for when it was not supplied. It is an upgrade. You understand the point? You have invoice number 1, give me 600 bags of, let's see, 600 bags of rice, 655 bags of 25 kilograms of 60 of rice, $650 per unit.
Yes.
What was supposed to be paid is $425,750. Now this one was never, this agreement was altered.
Yeah, but Council, would you agree that there was this suggestion that when we discussed that, like you said, it wasn't supplied, but the first was being supplied when there was need to adjust on the invoice for more to be supplied. So
take that again. Can you come back with that?
What I'm saying is, after the request was made for supply,
yes,
there was this suggestion from Almamo that while that was being prepared for supply, the invoice was changed. So it was not a matter of payment was done before it was supplied, but as payment was done, supply was done as well. But there were changes in the invoice.
No, Almamo was given an advance payment before supply. He confirmed that.
That happened because he needs to procure.
No. I am not saying that's wrong.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not even, in this case, I'm not even talking about the procedure.
Yeah.
You know, there are cases wherein you owe a contract of $1 million, says, the contract says this is the mode of payment, you kind of violated the mode of payment, but still the goods were supplied and the amounts were paid in full. That case, we have an issue of adherence to procedure.
Yeah.
You get the point? Because why is it important? What if the contractor did not honor his term of the agreement? You might have had a problem, a deadlock. That's not the issue here. The issue here is there is a suspected fraudulent practice. I know it, you know it. Correct? Because when you called them out of concern, they could not give you answers.
We
Correct?
couldn't establish.
They couldn't give you answers.
Yeah, we couldn't establish where the problem lies.
And in the absence of that, there is a reasonable suspicion of fraud.
I agree.
Yes. So that is what we are talking about here. So that the invoice of the 29th of April 2020 was never supplied because it was upgraded to the invoice in August, which instead of now only supplying 655 bags of 25 kg of rice, now he is to supply 400 bags of 25 kg of rice, 400 of 10 liters of oil, and 100 bags of 50 kilograms of sugar. Now, one invoice stands, which has a total of $601,500. How come you are paid in the millions? How come you are paid in the millions?
1 million.
Yeah, 1 million plus.
Yeah.
How comes when you're only supposed to be paid $601,500? How on earth were you paid 1 million plus?
Yeah. So Council, that is something that still we would need to investigate and establish the possibility of fraud.
Yes.
Yes, I believe that is something that still we'll want to investigate to establish that.
That is why I agreed with you when you said the figures that were read by GPA, I read it, those figures were not correct.
Yeah, sure.
Correct?
Yeah.
But what remains is substantially, because of the way it was written, but substantially, we still come back to the square one, right? And square one is monies were paid that were far more greater than what was supposed to be paid, far more. So if you even do the math again, now it involves sugar and rice, and so you do the math again, you're almost paying twice. If a bag of rice is $560, you're almost paying almost twice, right?
Yeah.
Which is much more higher. You're almost paying almost twice for 25 kilograms of rice.
Yeah.
So what do? We
need to still investigate.
You need time?
To establish, yeah. To
We
establish.
can give you time, Mr. Sanneh.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We still need to further investigate more to see whether there has been any fraud or not.
No. On our side, as lawyers here, we want to convince the commissioners that there is fraud. Because there is no
based on
argument.
the information that is available
Yes.
as of now,
Yes.
I won't actually blame you if you do so.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because there is no argument to the contrary.
Yeah.
No argument to the contrary. Yeah. We do the math, we come back to square one. We do the math, come to square one. 600 and something thousand is what you were supposed to pay. You paid $1 point something million. And we see no evidence of this.
Yeah.
And please, you come back, you help us if you want to. I know they are your people. You are a good leader in that sense. But again, you have been truthful to the commission. You have been honest to the commission regarding what you do, what you did when you had this. And that's where it stops. Unless there are questions regarding this, Honorable Chairperson, you would not object to giving Mr. Sanneh a week or so to also maybe come back to see whether there's any possible explanation as well. But he had told us he had made efforts and they could not provide any information regarding why they overpaid.
All right. Mr. Sanneh.
Yes, please.
Yes, there has been some issues about the cash books. For instance, I want to refer you to 2019. There were issues raised which borders on deficit and variance that was detected in the cash books, which amounted to 618,130. And at the same time, there was also a cumulative surplus variance of 125,219. And up to the 8th of October 2021, it has not been redressed. And up to now, we have not seen evidence to the contrary that the council has taken steps to address this issue. That is one. Then the second one is that there is a huge difference between the account balances and the ledgers, amounting to 9,127,636 and 11,786 and 41.9, both for revenue and expenditure. So, and as I said earlier, up to 8th of October 2021, there was nothing done to address these differences, these huge differences in the account balances and ledgers. What steps have you taken to address these issues?
Yeah, thank you, Ma. What I can inform you as of now is some of these queries have already been addressed over time. Okay. We are talking about 2019. And we had, I mentioned it yesterday, that a lot of things were not in place then. Okay. And when we restructured our finance department and, improved on our service delivery and also our reportings and all those stuff, we reflected on the audit report. Okay. And I can mention that most of these queries were addressed.
Yes, so can you provide us with evidence of this?
Yes.
Being sorted out?
Yes, I will
because,
refer to the
we
finance.
haven't gotten any information to the contrary.
Yes.
In terms of evidential proof that you people have sorted out this, these huge differences.
Yes. Yes, I will refer to the finance department, and okay. I guess we should provide some information with regards to.
So we will give you a week to do that.
Sure.
So thank you so much. Is that all for this witness?
Just few questions. So Diba, you have been given a week. I think I had a conversation with you and privately, and I understand you may not be within the jurisdiction.
Mr. Sanneh.
Right, Mr. Sanneh. Why do I call you Mr. Diba? Mr. Sanneh. I understand you may not be within the jurisdiction, correct? Yes. So maybe you can, when you're going to be here, so the information you are asked to produce, you can communicate that effectively. Yeah,
Council, part of what you asked me to provide, I have provided part of it. Is here.
Yes, I am just saying that in case the chairperson asks you to provide some things and you want to communicate effectively regarding your presence within the jurisdiction.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And before we get that, Mr. Sanneh, so this issue of Mr. Diba, of Nemasu Enterprise.
Yeah.
You said initially, it was handled by the contracts committee,
yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But will you be surprised to know that it was not handled by the contracts committee?
Would you want to inform me?
Yes.
Who handled it?
Mr. Passet Sise and the procurement officer. This is not the contracts committee. So the contracts committee will have to sit, right?
Yes.
And there will be minutes of meetings and they will have to discuss this.
Yeah.
That's one. And when they meet, then they will have to adopt the procurement method to be used.
Yeah.
Correct? Whether
Very
it's a
well,
request
very well.
for RFQ or a tender or a single source, it has to be discussed. Correct? So this was not discussed at the level of the contracts committee because there is no evidence to suggest that it was a competitive process. Or do you know, or were you told that it was a competitive process?
Yeah, the information that reached me is
From?
generally it has to be a contracts committee decision.
Right.
So any order, that is not what is reported to me.
Okay.
So generally it's something that has to go through the contracts committee. So that is news that I know it didn't go through the contracts committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will want you also to verify that which I have told you, and they may be in a position to give you a contrary position regarding whether it has gone through the contracts committee. You want to ask where are the minutes of meetings, you want to ask who were the other competitors, and why they chose NEMASO. Because these are the questions that we ask. So if they do not provide that, it means it was not a competitive process, which means the award of contract to, let me read to you what Mr. Diba said in his statement, and also in evidence on the 24th of October 2023. They said, the second paragraph, in 2020, I remember that I saw a Facebook post by Soma, Gambia, and the radio program at Soma Community Radio announced that Mr. Congo Area Council was looking for potential suppliers. Supply rise in respect of COVID support, to which I responded with an application submitted to the procurement officer. Ibrahim Saif Lee of the, I don't know whether it's Saif Lee of the council. I was called for a meeting by the Chief Executive Officer, Passet Sise, at the council to review my proposal and further discussion on the specifications and pricing. When we interviewed these people, they could not tell us who were the other competitors, as to whether they competed, as to whether there were analysis done in relation to the minimum of three proposals. If it is a request for quotation, they paid more than $1 million, it would have been an open tender. And that evidence could not be received by the commission regarding the method.
Council, I do not want to speak for them, but out of experience, you already mentioned that this was advertised.
Yes.
Almamo mentioned that he got it advertised on Somagami. He
yes.
said so. So if that is the case, it means there was information sent for other competitors probably.
I'm telling you there's no evidence of that.
Yes. So, and if there is none, probably Almamo was the only one that applied.
No.
So.
No, let's not go into probabilities.
Yes.
You understand that? Where there are probabilities, there is no factual mistake. The issue is, that's what he said, right?
Yes.
He did not meet any other competitor, and the people involved could not provide any evidence of procurement method that was followed. It's about what you can prove. If there are minutes of meetings, it will be shown.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
If there are advertisements, we see the advertisement evidence. You can even have an advertisement, but you stop there. And you have your intended supplier. We all know. Is that not the case?
Yeah.
All these are possible. So we need to see the steps that we have followed. Even the minutes of meetings that will decide as to who emerge as the winner will demonstrate the arguments in the minutes of meetings and why they chose a particular supplier, correct? Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, very well. I agree with the process involving contracts committee with evidence of minutes, all those sources. I agree with that entirely.
Yes.
I was just saying that since there was advertisement, maybe.
Since there is said to be an advertisement.
Yes, and also let me just put it into context. Our area, as the case may be, you know, out of experience, sometimes there will be need for expression of interest, and because of certain limitations in the rural areas, you can get suppliers limited to even apply. That may not be in
then you do what we call restricted tender.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you follow GPPA, and GPPA will have to approve that.
Yeah, so
So you see,
So
there
I
is a
agree.
process
I agree.
for everything.
I agree. But this also was in emergency situation. Sometimes in emergency, you operate, in terms of emergency approach.
It's also factored by
Yes,
the Act.
yes.
The Act factors emergency situation.
Emergency approach, yeah.
You get the point?
Yeah.
The Act factors all of these things, and the approval
Yeah.
will go the usual way. There's a process for emergency approvals. There's a process for the normal procurement. The bottom line is the intention is to have an open tender. Where that is not possible by virtue of various reasons, the law provided for what should be done. And they know this. It's known. There's a procurement officer, there's a CEO, they know this. So there's no excuse to flout the rules. There's no discretion to flout the rules based on your own interpretation of what an emergency situation is, or whether there are a limited number of suppliers. That is not a reason. You send the application, you put your argument, GPPA approves or disapproves, and they tell you why, and then you come up with these things. Right? And Mama Diba had to come all the way, I think, to Banjul, if I get it right, to get these items. It tells you he was able to do the movement. It tells you he's not, in fact, he has to go and purchase it from someone else. He is not an importer. Do you see the difference? So,
Yeah,
so again, this is where we will draw the curtains and then allow you to come back if you have any further information on this.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all for.
Okay. Let me just ask you one last question also. Mr. Sanneh, it could be said that, or should I put it this way, it will be a fair statement to say that the overdrafts facilities you take from the banks, you don't follow due process in getting these overdrafts. Due process in the sense that these overdrafts should be tabled at council. There should be, and according to the Act, there should be percentage of how much you are supposed to take as overdraft. So would it be a fair statement to say that you did not follow, or you were not following due process in the sourcing or in the acquiring of overdrafts?
In general, you mean?
Yes, in general.
Yeah, I won't rule that out. We have not been consulting with council or submitting overdraft requests to council for approval. It is mainly the case that if overdrafts were needed to be taken, I am, as the chairman, will be consulted, and based on the need and also the if it is genuine, as the case may be, it stops at my office. I give the approval and the go-ahead for it to be. But we have never been consulting with the General Council to give approval, except wherein it's a huge amount that will be a loan. Let's say in the millions, then we go for it, the General Council, or maybe first with the Finance Committee, then the General Council approval.
So are you saying that with the loans you complied fully
Yes.
with the procedures?
Yes, very well. So
Now,
maybe most of our overdrafts are salary overdrafts, like
Yes,
when we
yes,
need.
But the reason why the legislations are asking you to follow process is not to allow you to overdraw, to overuse the facility, because it has implication. One.
I understand, yes.
And it will amount to financial indiscipline if you have to resort to taking overdrafts to pay salary all the time, because it means you are either not projecting your income properly or you are overspending, and which we have seen as a matter of fact.
Yes.
Yes, and the issue of unlawful withdrawals. When we say unlawful withdrawals, the people that withdraw money from your accounts, would it be a fair statement to state that you watched over the unlawful withdrawals in your account, which should not have been the case?
If I would ask, which kind of unlawful withdrawal? Like who withdraws?
Yes. You pay somebody, a collector or somebody, to go and withdraw money for council use.
For council?
For council use.
Yes.
Yes. Are those lawful withdrawals?
Yeah, where it's unlawful, I agree with you, that should not be done. But this is something that we've, over time,
Yes,
I think
but
we've
Mr.
addressed.
Sanneh, we understand. We understand the challenges that the council have. You see, the purpose of this commission is to make sure that we understand the mistakes we have done, and we will not continue on doing the same mistakes. And this is why, when he told you that the funds that you received were not your funds, and you should not have signed, you understand? You should not have been a signatory, and you admitted, which is fantastic, because you know why? You have realized that that is not the correct procedure, because the funds of council are identified in the act very clearly. So these are some of the things that all of us would learn, because there are things that you did not know when you came into council. But then it's important to understand that these were things that were done wrongly, and they should be corrected.
Yeah,
Is that not the case?
Yeah, I agree with you
Yes.
entirely, madam.
Yes.
Madam, I agree with you entirely.
Yes.
Withdrawals that were done unlawfully are
Yes.
just unlawful.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, some of those tendencies are being addressed.
Okay.
So here and there, it happened in the past, but these have been queried either through audit, both internal audit or external audit, and we have made our efforts to address them. So that's what I can inform you of.
Is there any evidence to that effect?
Yeah, that evidence will be very clear when you check, when we have access to probably our statements, or maybe our withdrawals that have been done. Yeah.
On your internal controls, your audit, your procurement, and your IT system, there has been some serious issues. So are you telling the Commission that you have taken steps to address these issues?
Our internal control?
Yes, your internal control mechanism, that is your audit department, your procurement, and your IT systems.
Yeah, IT, we're still working on that.
But your audit is...
Our audit is taken care of.
Your procurement
is taken care of. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Sanneh?
Chair, I have about 2 questions I see on this. Regarding the land deal, Mr. Sanneh.
Yes, please.
Did you guys, the land that you purchased, is it Mamadou Sidibe or Musa Tarawale? Musa Tarawale.
One Trawale was the agent.
Yes.
I do not remember whether he owns the property.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you value the property?
Whether we did evaluation on the property.
Yes. To know how much you're paying for.
I can't remember us doing that.
Okay.
Yes.
But you know there needed to be an evaluation.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, to know how much you're paying, that you're not overpaying for the land.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Indeed.
And that was not
There
done.
need to be evaluation on the land. I'm not sure that was done.
Okay. The second issue is in relation to what I asked earlier, to provide us with the statement of account for the COVID fund, so that we know who was paid and why they were paid. I have also told you $1 million was transferred from the main account, from the COVID fund. You want to write this down so that we know why it was transferred?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so just these 2.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Can we
Yes.
have the documents?
Yeah.
Yeah, the documents are here.
Yes.
I think I have the asset register, the establishment register. Yes, establishment register for 2025, sorry, 24 and 25, and also the strategic plan.
You didn't have the 18, the 2018 to 22?
What?
The asset register?
No, we do not have that.
So you were not keeping any records of your assets?
As per 2018 to 22.
Yes,
No.
to 23. You were
It
not-
might be there at work, but what I'm saying is we worked on it to update it.
Okay.
And this updated versions for 2024 and 25 is what we have.
Okay.
So, but I presume it should be there, at least.
Please help us find out if you have it.
Yeah, okay.
Now, okay, you just give him, then I ask you.
Okay,
one question.
establishment register. Check that is 25 or 24 establishment. Okay, this is okay, this. Okay. This is the strategy plan. Yes, take one.
Now, whilst the council is looking through the documents, let me ask you, what happened to your Bureng property? You have told us that you are acquiring land to bank for future use, which is very good because that is a very good foresight. Our problem is we do not anticipate what is coming, and this is why when there is the need to execute projects, we have a problem because we'll have to pay for compensation before we even start thinking of putting up the project. So, but you had some assets. What happened to the Bureng guest house?
The Bureng guest house is still there, very well underutilized. That is what happened to it. So the needful is, as of now, to revitalize it because the structure is not fit for purpose. If you look at it as a guest house, you know, by all looks of things, it's not fit for purpose. So that makes it difficult to manage it because guests are not encouraged to come there. But at the same time also, we do not put in, as of now, good measures to make sure that it is being restructured and is fit for purpose. And that is also linked to resource constraint. But I can inform you that as we speak, it remains the same, that it's not being fully utilized.
Well, don't you think that the subventions you have, you couldn't have utilized it to earn your income given the fact that your council is a small council and it has constraints in revenue generation? And that is one aspect that would have generated revenue for you. Mm-hmm. So if you had to utilize subventions or grants or whatever it is called, don't you think it would have helped you to make sure that you have some income? Absolutely,
you are right, absolutely. We have one already that we are utilizing, and it's definitely contributing a lot to our revenue. That is the Mansakunko Area Council Conference Center that we built in 2020. The same, like I said, we would have loved to do the same, but it requires some capital investment, so which we are still yet finding it difficult to meet. And we have submitted it to the GAMWORKS Phase 2 of the RIDIP, that is the Rural Infrastructural Development Project. So we are anticipating that if that works, you know, we will have a full restructuring of the place.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanneh. We hope to see you back. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, you have
the exhibit. We have an asset register presented by the chairman. This is for 2025. The asset register, sir.
Yeah.
And we have the administration establishment register for council. And the strategic plan for Massachusetts Area Council 2019 to 2021. Apply to have this admitted to evidence and marked as exhibit.
The establishment register 2025. The asset register for the council. And the third document is the strategic plan for Mansakonko Area Council 2019 to 2021. These documents are admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/MKAC/LBS/002.
As the commission places. Chair, there's this issue. Mr. Sanneh, the last issue. The CEO and the finance director were authorizing revenue collectors to be making a lot of payments from the revenue that they collect. You're aware of this?
You mean the CEO and
the finance director?
Yes.
We're authorizing revenue collectors to be making a lot of payments from the revenue they collect. You're aware of this?
I may not necessarily be aware of the payments, all the payments. That
right.
Yes.
So, in fact, when we ask the revenue collectors, the issue is they have been authorized to buy cash power, to do X, to do Y, to do Z. And so these payments were not authorized in the usual way. Understand that? We know the argument is you guys have, is it one bank around your area?
Then. But we have financial services.
Now.
We still, I think we still have one bank. Yes.
Right. Now, they do not have a system for interest. They don't have a system for petty cash. And this is what should be used to solve other problems like emergency expenditure and so on and so forth. So, and the money that are being expended by these people could not be verified for the most part of it. Because a revenue collector will collect, let's say, $10,000 and they only deposit $1,000. If you ask them, they say they have spent it upon the authorization of the CEO by the cash power and so on and so forth. And this cannot be. So you do not know about this at the time?
I know about it, but now I can tell you that is already addressed. We have a petty cash system that all such expenditure will go be requested through the petty cash.
Okay.
Yes, so that is no more the case.
No more the case. So my last question is, why was this not implemented at the time?
Pardon?
My last question is, why was this not implemented at the time?
At the time? Yes, we have to go systematic. We couldn't do it at the time. And over time, we saw the need, based on the feedbacks that we get, either from audit queries or commission or others, we adjust ourselves to meet the standards. So
yes, but why could it not have been done at that time?
There were, I could say there were some challenges, and this I will not exempt myself from knowing what the challenges were. We operate at a level where there is a lot of improvisation. You know, sometimes, like you said, we have one bank. And other times, you know, the bank may be closed and there is need for cash power.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and...
No, the question is, why was there no petty cash system at the time, or impress system where monies are available to just serve that purpose?
You know, somebody has to handle the petty cash.
Right.
You know, by all indication, you have to equip the finance department with the right personnel to operate on different rules. So wherein you have only the finance director and the finance manager or revenue collectors, and there is no petty cash officer or so, and all those stuff. These were all lacking. So, but as time goes on, we work on all that, and somebody is in charge of petty cash now, who is the payment officer, and takes care of all the payments. Somebody is handling finance manager position. So over time, we recruited and adjust the council to meet all these requirements. So they were not, the personnel were not even available at the time.
No,
so
this doesn't need this doesn't need that much personnel.
Yeah, it needs, because you cannot give many rules to one person. It will be like you'll be the referee and you'll be the player.
No.
So,
for instance, an impress, for instance, you don't need, the person that is doing the payment can request for an impress. The reason is, then you have a traceable expenditure. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I understand what you're trying to say. But I'm just saying that the reason they are giving you or they're giving us is not tenable. Because if a person can do the expenditure, then they can follow the process. The idea that you have someone doing the expenditure in itself alone tells you there is somebody physically present who can do spending. And if he can do spending, then he can follow due process. The process is just simple. You know you have an area that may be far from the bank, far from the main office. You understand that? You follow the due process. Why? Because we need to have on record the amount of money that is expended, where it is from, where it has gone to, so that you have, for instance, an impress ledger. If he has to have $10,000 in the month, $20,000 is all a petty cash where you have to have $20 in the month, let it be documented. That's what the law says. So it is written down. Let's say the office is about kilometers away from the main office. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that everything is, when you as a chairman request for any information, the CEO should be able to be in a position to say, Director of Finance, please bring me the impress ledger or the petty cash float, evidence so that I can just present it to the chairman. This revenue called X was issued with a impress of $20,000 last month. This is the recordings. This is how it was spent, and so on and so forth. And you have it, right? So when they tell you that it's an issue of manpower, what they forgot about is that the person who is doing the expenditure is a human being, and so can raise the request by him or herself. It makes sense?
Yeah, maybe we have a different understanding about this whole stuff. I agree with you when you said we were not operating on petty cash from that time, which was wrong. Yes. So my point is, we were not able to do it at the time, but now we have worked on it and we are doing it.
I accept that.
Yes.
I accept that. I'm just trying to tell you that this is what they use to create a gap in the system so that you will not be able to trace monies that have been derived or generated from by way of revenue, so that people only get richer. That's an intentional gap that is created. Remember, these are finance guys. They know what they are doing.
Yeah.
So it's a gap that they created. So if they tell you we don't have the manpower, it's not true, because you're paying somebody, you're authorizing somebody to do expenditure and you can do it on paper. The difference here is it on paper? The answer is no. Why is it not on paper? Because we don't have manpower. Then you can't do expenditure, my friend. So you can do expenditure because you don't have manpower, but you can't do it on paper. You can't keep records. We are talking about keeping records. So the question you should ask is, why are they not keeping records? And they are still authorizing expenditure. And in the process, you lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. You see the analogy.
I understand your point very well. And that brought the need for us to adjust. So, and we have done that.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all for this witness. Madam Chairperson.
Just to clarify certain things. You have said there was the problem of manpower, etc. But if you look at what the records show, let me read you page 8 of the report, one of the reports we have. The last paragraph at this page 8 says, most of the balances in both the ledger and the trial balance had zero balances, and the Director of Finance did not provide any explanation. And this is way back in 2019. So the issue is that, yes, if there are no even staff, but the Director of Finance, difficult thing to do. So there is a problem, there is a human problem here. People are refusing to do what it takes and to comply with the law because they use the loopholes, as lead counsel has said, to do whatever they want to do. So these flags have been there, these anomalies have been flagged for a very long period of time. So we cannot wait for a commission of inquiry or an audit report to start changing the system and start making people responsive to their roles. Because if we have to wait for that, then the system will still be what we don't expect it to be. Is that not the case?
I agree with you, Ma, but I think you will also agree with me that the material has to be there to do the expected work. If that is not there, you cannot give what you don't have. I'm telling you, materially it was not possible even, some of what was queried in that audit report, to provide that in 2018 and 19. Materially, what we have at hand, we couldn't adjust to some of those. But like I said, over time, these are things, we started operating on IFMIS. So, you know, some of these reports were generated just automatically. So some of these things were, over time, were addressed. And they are no more, you know, what is happening as of now. So out of experience, I'm telling you, what was inherited, even if we had wanted, we could not do it. That is the issue. So you cannot give what you don't have. We really wanted to be the best at the time, but we couldn't. Looking at the staff, the staff quality we have, even the council composition quality we have. So in terms of decision making, in terms of performance as per the job. So this were, I don't want to go to give too much of excuses, but these are realities that even if you want, you might not be able to do it. That is the reality.
Thank you so much. We will expect to see some of the documents that we have asked you to bring. And thank you for coming. You're hereby discharged.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much.
I think it's almost time we might rise.